Hi guys, it's a new week. It is a very gloomy, very rainy and gray week here in New York, and honestly we're all feeling very lethargic. So we decided that we want to turn our mood around and we're gonna do a little midweek date night, if you will. We are heading to SoHo because we are going to go try a new restaurant, which it's been open for a while but we haven't been there yet, and it's Torrisi, which is an Italian-American restaurant known for their pastas, their cocktails and wines, and I believe they also got a 1 Michelin star, which is great. Last night was the Met Gala and I very much enjoyed watching it from my couch while it was raining outside and everyone was dressed so glamorous, and I absolutely loved this year's theme and I think a lot of people did it justice. As for my outfit, I want to show you what I'm wearing because I put something random on but then I realized that I think I was influenced by the Met Gala theme. I am wearing one of my favorite and go-to date night dresses, and then because it's cold outside I am wearing my Saint Laurent tuxedo jacket. I feel like the outfit like this, especially if I button it up, it is very much giving Met Gala from last night. Other than that, I don't really have that many updates for you guys yet. We'll see how this week turns out, but so far it has been a busy and sort of homebody week. Very excited to go out and let's see if the pasta is actually worth it. Hi friends, as I'm sure you can tell from my outfit, we are headed somewhere very special and formal. We are heading to the New York City Ballet because it is their spring gala and the theme tonight is going to be Vienna Waltzes. So I'm so excited because I love waltz and I love New York City Ballet. Any night at the New York City Ballet is always special, but tonight especially the spring gala is sort of what they're known for and it's a big event and night. So I'm excited to hopefully see some celebrities and see what everybody is wearing and see some beautiful and gorgeous performances. I also don't know how I pulled this one off, but we're going to a dinner before the show at my absolute top bucket list restaurants here in New York City called Tatiana, which is an Afro-Caribbean fusion restaurant, and it is located in Lincoln Center, so it's very convenient to just hop on over to the New York City Ballet afterwards. It is truly the most beautiful day in the city, beautiful, sunny, and warm, so I'm wearing something flowy. Obviously, I had to bring out my white gloves since it is waltz themed. So excited for all the delicious food and the beautiful performances. As always, I'm bringing you guys along with us, so let's go. We are bringing back cocktail hour in this household, and it's been way too long since I've made one of my famous martinis. I don't know why, but we've been taking it very chill this entire, I would say, winter. We haven't really made any cocktails at home. We've usually just been drinking when we're out with friends, and we're starting strong with my favorite, a dirty martini. I'm very particular about how I like my martini, and I'm very meticulous about the process that goes into making it. And honestly, it is much easier than people think it is to make a good martini, but you can also make a very crappy martini. To me personally, there's a couple of crucial things and steps that you need to know to make the perfect martini. I'm now just realizing that I've never shared any cocktail recipes here on the vlog. So you guys are in for a treat, and I'm gonna try and share more recipes as we go. Step one, and I think the most crucial step of the process, is to have a good liquor. Whether you're using gin or vodka, go for something higher quality and something that you enjoy. And obviously everybody has a different taste. I'm a vodka girly myself, and my favorite is Chopin vodka or any type of potato vodka, but this one is always my go-to. And they also have a reserve version of their potato vodka, which is divine and heavenly, but I've run out of that, so we're using this. You can either make a martini dry or wet, and that is a different distinction from whether it's dirty or not. Wet basically just means that there is vermouth in it, and dry means that there is no vermouth. I prefer vermouth in mine. I don't use that much, but I always go for this one because it is very aromatic. I'm making 2 drinks, so we're gonna start with the vodka. I do 2.5 ounces per drink, so I'm going to do a total of 5 ounces. 3, 5, and a little bit more. I do 1/2 ounce of vermouth per drink, so 1 ounce total, a little bit less actually, which I don't mind. I'm making dirty vodka martini, so obviously we need some olive brine in this mix, and my favorite olives are Castelvetrano olives, and I think their brine is absolutely delicious and so aromatic, so I'm using this. I'm also doing 1/2 ounce of olive brine per drink, so 1 ounce total. And that is literally it. Now, obviously we need some ice so we can shake it. I like my martinis shaken, not stirred, James Bond style. I put about 6 or 7 ice cubes in there because they're quite small. So let's shake this until our hands are absolutely freezing. The reason why I like it shaken and not stirred, there's really not a huge difference to it, but I like to cool it down and dilute it as fast as possible. If you're stirring it, you still want to dilute it and get it very cold, so that's just going to take longer because stirring is obviously slower. I should have led by saying that I'm actually making blue cheese olive martinis because that's my favorite way of having dirty martinis. You do you though. If you just want to use regular olives, that's fine too. So as I said, there's a couple of steps that you cannot skip if you want to make the proper martini. The first one being using a high quality liquor, whether it's gin or vodka. And the second step, which is also just as crucial in my opinion, is a frosty frozen glass. I put these in the freezer earlier today, about 2 hours ago or so. And as you can see, they're perfectly frosty and they're gonna keep the drink as cold as possible because who wants room temperature martini, am I right? Ooh. How high can we go? Let's see. Without spilling. Rule number 3 that is not optional is if you're going to add olives to your martini, it either needs to be 1 or 3 olives. Obviously 0 is a choice as well if you don't want it with olives, but 2 is not an option. I have these gorgeous blue cheese stuffed olives from Murray's Cheese, which is my favorite cheese shop in the city. And there we have it, the perfect dirty martini with blue cheese stuffed olives. I hope you guys are making one as you're watching this. I have a surprise guest for the taste test part of this portion of the video. This one is very full, so I think I need to...
Frosty. The hands, your doctor.
Cheers. No, I'm not. What'd you say? We have to beep that part out?
That is freaking perfect.
All right,
the perfect
cheers,
amount
honey.
of brininess.
It's good, right? It's not too dirty. I don't really love my martini filthy, so...
Perfectly dirty.
All right, guys, cheers and drink responsibly. We are actually soon-ish heading out for dinner. We're going to go try a new restaurant in the neighborhood called Chada. I believe that's how it's pronounced, but it's a new Thai restaurant. And if you don't know, Thai food is truly one of my favorite cuisines. I love a good khao soi, and obviously I love all the usual like fried rice and noodle dishes as well. We're gonna see if it's worth it, but it's quite the hyped up spot in the city right now. So let's go enjoy this first, and then I'll see you guys there. Happy Saturday morning, guys. As you can see, we got some morning coffee and we are headed to, obviously, the farmer's market. That is our ritual on the weekends, and we're gonna pick up some stuff for the week and we'll take you along with us. Hey guys, just got back from the farmer's market and I thought I would show you what I'm going to make for lunch using what we got at the farmer's market. I'm really craving a spring frittata today, and I actually really want to make use of some leftover vegetables that we have in the fridge from previous week's haul. So I'm going to show you how I go about being sustainable and not wasting anything and putting something together with the farmer's market stuff. So for a spring frittata, you usually want to use some spring produce. It could be asparagus, peas, spinach, any combination. I actually cooked some asparagus yesterday for lunch and we had a few left over because it was a big bunch that I cooked. And I also have some leftover broccoli, so I'm gonna chop these up and put it in the frittata. This also makes it very easy because now the frittata is gonna come together very quickly since the vegetables are already cooked, which otherwise I would have to stir fry them before putting them in the mixture. We got some organic eggs at the farmer's market. These are a little bit smaller than the ones I'm used to because the egg guy that we would buy from is no longer there for some reason. All right, I diced up all of my sausage as well as chopped up the asparagus and broccoli. And I actually lied. There's one more spring vegetable that I want to use for this frittata, which are ramps. So if you guys are unfamiliar, ramps are actually a wild garlic and they're a Native American produce. They're only in season for a short period of time in the spring. I try to buy them and use them very modestly because you cannot grow them or you cannot farm them. They just grow out in the wild. So I really want to be respectful of a native vegetable. And I actually got these ramps last week. I didn't buy any this week. As I said, I'm trying to use them as little as possible, but I'm going to chop up the white and the pink parts very finely so that they can go in the egg mixture. And then for the greens, I think I'm just going to lay them beautifully on top of the frittata. All right, we're going full spring, and I'm also going to add some ramp butter into the frittata. I made this last week and I only have a little bit left, but I think I'm going to melt about a tablespoon of it and then put it in the mixture. If you're using fresh vegetables and not leftover vegetables like me, and if you're using any raw sausage or raw meats, you definitely want to stir fry everything beforehand, but because everything that I have is cooked and smoked, and ramps, you can use them raw because they're just gonna cook in the egg mixture anyway. I don't really need to do any other cooking. Now I'm just going to crack 6 eggs into a bowl, and then you can either use whole milk or cream. I'm going to use some Greek yogurt because it has more protein and probiotics than cream, and I want to be a little bit healthier. I know 6 eggs sounds excessive for 2 people, but because I'm using a lot of vegetables, I want to have some leftovers for tomorrow as well so that it's easy to go for breakfast. I'm going to use a whisk because it is faster and it also incorporates more air into the egg mixture, which I feel like just results in a fluffier frittata usually. I'm going to season this with some salt and pepper, but I'm going to go light on the salt because, as I said, my vegetables already were cooked with seasonings and the cheese is also going to add some salt. So just be mindful of the ingredients that you use, and you want to incorporate seasonings in layers instead of just seasoning one thing. Some fresh cracked black pepper. I'm also actually going to use some fresh cracked white pepper. I really like the combination of white pepper with vegetables, but you do you. I like to use my cast iron pan for frittata because I think it gives it a nice crust and seasoning. You can also use a glass or a stoneware sort of baking dish, which is totally fine. If you're using a cast iron though, you want to preheat it before you put the egg and the mixture and everything in. So I have it on medium heat right now, preheating, and then I'm just going to add my vegetables and some oil just to season things and get them going. Our egg mixture is ready. I'm just gonna put this aside while the pan preheats, and I'm going to move you guys here so you can see it. Okay, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but my pan is actually smoking. You can also test it like this. It is a good indication that it's ready to go. So I'm just going to add some olive oil in it, especially because I haven't really seasoned my pan for a while. The sausage is already smoked, so it doesn't really need to cook, but I'm just gonna get it going here. Veggies. All right, these are ready, so I'm just gonna give my egg mixture a quick mix, and then we're gonna add it over the vegetables, and I'm trying to spread it as evenly as possible. So this is good to go in the oven, but I'm just going to lightly decorate it. I'm going to grate a little bit more cheese on top, just a tiny bit. Save the tops of the asparagus as well as the ramp leaves because I just want to make like a nice design on top. So I'm just going to spread these Guys, I also have these flowering chives from the farmer's market, as I'm sure you can guess by now. So I'm just gonna break them in half and add them for decorations as well. I'm just gonna drizzle them with a tiny bit of olive oil so that they don't burn as much. And we're good to go in the oven for about 15 minutes or so. Okay, the frittata is absolutely gorgeous. I have to show you guys. Just look at this beauty. I'm so excited to cut into it and see what it looks like. Guys, this is very chaotic because I'm just rushing to get everything done and we still have so much going on. But here's the frittata. I kind of messed it up cutting into it, but it smells amazing. Here you go, honey. Let me give you a piece of bread. And we also got some sourdough that I also got at the farmer's market. Shocker. We're gonna go enjoy this and I'll catch up with you guys later because we have some insane plans today. Hi guys, we're heading out again. We are actually going to something that sounds so fun, but I've never been, so not sure what to expect. We're going to a natural wine rave at the Knockdown Center, which is a pretty big venue out in Queens. And we're going with some of our friends who have been the year before, so they invited us. You guys know me, I'm always down for an opportunity to have a fun night out with wine and taste new wines and meet producers, so I'm super excited. Feeling a little bit lethargic and tired, but I'm pretty sure after a couple of glasses of wine we'll have the best time. Let's head on over and have some fun natural wines together.